Hey guys, welcome back to, I guess, my YouTube video. This might be confusing. I will be talking about the Toronto Raptors today. It might be confusing just simply because my last video was about politics. Yes, I will be covering multiple areas of life, including that as basketball, because basketball allows me to escape those darker truths about politics. But anyways, I will be talking about the Raptors trade today. So, what do we really think about the trade deadline? We will get into that. I will go over Brandon Ingram's fit with the Raptors and the trade most recently with Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell being sent to the Miami Heat in exchange for PJ Tucker. This is PJ Tucker's fifth time being traded. Or third time in the last 4 days or something. Poor guy, but I think that just kind of is a representation of what's been going on with this trade deadline. It's crazy. Steve Curry's kind of been saying that they should probably give them more time or just quit the games. Just stop the games, man. There's 82 games. That's a lot of games. You can maybe cut 4 or 5 just to give them time to freaking sell their houses at least and stuff like that. So anyways, Davion Mitchell traded to the Heat. I do not like this decision. I feel like I have to give the grade for this decision probably a C. I think that PJ Tucker worked with the Raptors' identity, which we saw 6 or 7 years ago, and that kind of spark plug, off the bench, glue guy. And he was great. He was great at the role. In fact, in some ways he had a bit of a Davion Mitchell vibe. I would say kind of Marcus Smart without as much of a shot or any creation whatsoever, just kind of a catch and shoot guy. But I think simply the Raptors obviously got good value in the Ingram trade, but I think with this trade they just did not get the value that they should have got. They did get a second-round pick, but I think that Davion Mitchell was doing fantastic. I think he really led that defensive identity that Coach Darko is really trying to sort of implement. I feel like he was a good representation moving forward. Obviously, they were really guard-heavy, especially with the, acquiring of Ingram, It might change things. I don't think Ingram's really a guard. I feel like he can play small forward, but Davion Mitchell's a true guard and he can facilitate a little bit. And honestly, we haven't really seen Davion Mitchell's offensive flash, but he does have that flash. And so there's a lot of upside with Davion Mitchell that makes me just not really sort of disagree, totally agree with this trade. But I do think the Raptors are going all in. I think they got PJ Tucker and just some fun stuff too, PJ Tucker, James Wiseman, just kind of fun guys that's going to be fun to see how they mix in. Brandon Ingram's going to be on the same floor as Grady Dick. In some ways actually Grady Dick and Brandon Ingram kind of play a little bit similarly. I mean, Grady Dick's a little bit more fundamentally minded, but so it's going to be interesting, but I have to give that grade a C. However, the Brandon Ingram trade, I will give an A-. I think that it is amazing for fans. I think this season, 100%. I think the fit is questionable, but it's not kind of what we saw in Sacramento right now, which is Levine just going into Sacramento and just them overpowering on offense. There's already a solid side defensive identity in Toronto, so you can afford to take on, a shot creator, somebody who can create their shots. If nobody's noticed with Scotty Barnes, he can be a scorer, he can shoot at times, and he can create for you at times. But I love Scotty, and I know he does hit big shots. He definitely has the guts and in the paint. I think he's a great post up scorer, paint scorer. He's great at getting those mismatches. I think he's great using his size and whatnot. But he's not the type of lanky shot creator that some of these guys in the league are. He's not Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He can't pull up on a dime like that. They kind of rely on Grady Dick to do a lot of that right now, which has been really good for his development. But going forward, they are going to need some guys who can create their own shots. And I think RJ Barrett, and they got some guys who can really attack the paint. So I think if you match sort of Ingram with guys that can attack the paint, it's gonna be really good. I don't really love Kelly Olynyk and Bruce Brown going. I think that's why this grade isn't higher, because I think that they were a huge part about their 5-game win streak recently. But I'm kind of happy for them, I guess, as well. I actually literally saw Kelly Olynyk in Montreal when the Raptors were practicing in Montreal, and I was actually just on the street, and I saw Kelly Olynyk pass, and I asked the people next to me, I was like, dude, is that fucking Kelly Olynyk? And they're like, yeah, man, that's Kelly Olynyk. I was like, damn, bro. I still remember the 2015, 2016 Celtics championship where Kelly Olynyk just went off. He had it was in the playoffs, so it was second round, and he just went off. He had 17 points. So I'm a big Kelly Olynyk fan. I think Bruce Brown is kind of like a PJ Tucker, but he's just one of those guys that just have a reputation for getting at it. But PJ Tucker is old, man. He is old. It's fun to bring him back, but he's old. He's like Kyle Lowry, It's they're Bulldogs. They will always be Bulldogs. But at the end of the day, it's just too athletic. The league is too athletic right now. There's some crazy shit happening. I just don't think, PJ Tucker's going to offer anything on the court other than, but in the locker room for sure he's going to offer a lot. But I think it's Davion Mitchell actually offered you something on the court. Don't think it's a great trade. That's my opinion, guys. With all the blockbuster deals, obviously, that we have going on, I'm not going to talk about it because that would just be the millionth video to do so. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys will like and subscribe. So thank you very much. Rock on, and go Raptors at the end of the day, but also go Kings, because I am cheering for the Kings right now. It'll be interesting, too. I think they just got Jonas Valanciunas. Well, of course, they got Jonas Valanciunas, yeah. And then they got this good guy from Memphis, too, La Rivia or whatever. He's a sharpshooter. They're stacking it up on offense, but they really just need a rim protector. And it's hard. It's hard with Sabonis because he's it's kind of like a Jokic. He's just a little bit worse than Jokic. And he can't defend. If he could defend, just better than Jokic, or just maybe, then he would be that level, right? But he's not. But he's going to put up a double-double for you every day, and he's definitely a top 5 center in the league. So you got to give him that. But it's going to be hard. If Levine can shoot like he has been, it's going to be good. But I can't think of a guy other than Keon Ellis and Keegan Murray that is an above-average defender. I guess Malik Monk is an average or above-average defender. But then DeMar, Zach LaVine, Domas, basically your best offensive players are your worst defensive liabilities, which has seemed to be a downgrading trend in the NBA right now with, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Green, Jalen Suggs, Chet Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama. All these guys are two-way guys, right? So it's going to be tough. But I'll see you guys later. Thank you for that extended rant, and peace out, guys.